Lovely. It is now time for our final panel discussion of the day. And this one is about turning innovative ideas into successful businesses. Well, how do you do that? We're about to find out. This session will be moderated by Kanta Aurora, who's a legend in her lifetime among the South Asian community in Canada. She is the president of ARCO International, and I have to say, she's a pretty big star around here. A lot of people have been coming to her, asking her for photos. I'm a little jealous, but she's so lovely. And the panelists, of course, include Ami Shah of Pika Pak, Balbir Sohi of Smiles on Wheels, and last but not least, Lisa Sohanpal of Nom Nom World Food. Ladies, take it away.
Hello. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to such a beautiful conference. And I must commend Canada India Foundation for doing such a beautiful thing for women. I think it's about time when women power has to be recognized. Women such a power, it is inside the house or outside the house. It can't be hidden. I think you all agree with me. My name is Kanta Aurora. I am privileged of serving the Indo-Canadian community for past many decades. I'm president of ARCO International Language, a company that provides translation, interpretation. This business came out of my passion when I was working with television, interviewing so many personalities, simultaneously doing a translation for them. And I could see the need was there. So I started this company on my own. For the last more than 20 years, it's doing quite well. And we provide services over 140 languages across Canada, in the courts, in the homes, in the jails, in the medical, every field we provide them. And as a television talk host, which I'm a producer, talk show host of my own program, Chankar, with ATN over 35 years. I'm the first South Asian woman who was appointed to Social Review Board, Ministry of Social Services. And I'm actively involved with the Pioneer Women Organization, one of the first and the oldest women organization, AVIC, who are serving community till today. A founder and past president with Toronto Netralia Line Club, who work with globally, locally, with preventable blindness, diabetes. My only message and my motto was always in my life, do not go where the path may lead. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail for others. That's my motto, and I believe in that. And as a women, the seminar panelists we are going to have, we have very dynamic women over here. But in the past, first, our topic is very interesting, turning ideas into business. Innovation, innovative entrepreneurs who are turning their idea into business, new ideas. And I was hearing to Jennifer and many other speakers who were believing in one thing, don't be afraid. Think of your dream and dream big. Stay focused. Study with a passion and have a big vision. Go as far you can go, and you can see what kind of risks are there, what can be obstacles can be there, and be ready for those ones. Only then you can manage those ones. In the past, innovation was restricted only just to the IT sector, but today it's a global economy and being transformed rapidly. However, it would be a misconception to believe that innovation in itself is a guarantor of success. No. Managing a business, transitioning from a startup to successful venture, takes a long time and strenuous work, lot of struggle, lot of risks, tough challenges, especially for visible minority women group. Therefore, in a world where women entrepreneurs, visible minority women are few and far between, it requires special focus, talents, finding, maintaining clients, resourcefulness to launch a business that is based on innovation. This session, the one we are going to start now, as the title indicates, innovative entrepreneurs turning ideas into business, will seek view of the panelists on strategies to be adopted to success as a woman entrepreneur whose business is based on innovation. A great example of how innovation is shaping enterprise is evident in the business, and our panelists have launched education for kids, mobile dentistry, easy to make world cuisine that is delicious and nutritious. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to introduce my three guests who are here with me. First one is Amy Shah. Amy Shah, CEO and co-founder Pick a Pack, an award-winning social emotional learning platform for kids. Balbir Sohi, next one. CEO, Smiles on Wheels, school trustee for Peel District Board, School Board, founder My Dream Smiles, a non-profit organization, and she had a TV show also, Health Talk with Balbir. Next one, Lisa Sohanpal, founder, speaker, judge, food lover, CEO, and mentor, Nom Nom's Word Food. Welcome all of you. These are the team of dynamic, ambitious, result-oriented professionals are here, and we are going to hear first from Amy Shah. Amy, welcome, and she's going to present her passion. Thank you.
Thank you for that great introduction. So I'd like to introduce you to my company, Pick a Pack. We're an award-winning learning solution for elementary schools to learn skills like empathy, how to work with others, essential life skills that will help prepare students to avoid things like mental health issues and be able to be successful not only in their academics, but in their life. And our vision is really to equip those students long-term with these skills so that they are successful. My background is I was at Procter & Gamble originally. I did my MBA at INSEAD, and then also taught in K-4 classrooms. And really, I had a passion for bringing education and innovation in the field to more and more classrooms around the world. Working with me, I have folks from Sesame Street, from Harvard, and I'm really looking to help move change the perspective and be able to bring innovation into the classroom and to be able to bring new ideas and new kind of education to the forefront. And the reason why I'm focused around this specific topic, social emotional learning, it really goes down to mental health. More and more, we're seeing our youngest members of society struggle with mental health concerns and with worrying and stress. And so we need to prepare students as young as 3, 4, 5-year-olds to be able to have the skills to be resilient, to be able to understand what they're feeling, how to manage that, and be healthy, and have a strong sense of well-being. And we see that there's research. So when we started this company, we wanted to make sure that we started this with all the kind of known facts and research around why we should focus on social emotional learning. And the research shows that it makes a huge difference. However, as a founder, one of the big things I wanted to do is I didn't want to create just another kind of program out there. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be innovative. So I interviewed over 300 educators, and I asked them, is this important? They said, yes. Are you making time for it? They said, no. Unfortunately, if it's not required, it's not going to be taught. So if it's not math or English, it's not going to be taught at the end of the day. And on top of that, they didn't necessarily have the knowledge or the skills to be able to teach these actual curriculum. And so what we did at PikaPack is we created a program, a learning solution and technology to make it easy for any teacher to bring this to their classroom, to bring it to their school or school board, and make it part of required curriculum. And so this took a team of us to be able to develop the curriculum, to be able to interview our customers, to be able to launch this, and now it's in school districts, mainly actually exporting into the US, but also now in Canada as well. We also have a whole learning game, which I'll show you in a second. Growing up in Mississauga here, diversity was really important, so you'll see our characters we've developed as part of our literature reflect the diversity that we see more and more in our classrooms. And you'll see that we put a lot of care in terms of the illustrations to be able to showcase the emotions and learning that students need to learn about. We also wanted to make it really fun and engaging, and so you'll see the artwork that we include in our books and our narratives is really high quality and really fun for young students. We also just launched a whole learning game platform where students can actually become one of our characters and be able to start learning about those different emotions and practice checking in. What's interesting about this, we can share with their teacher the sentiment of their classroom, so how each child is feeling, and be able to equip the teacher with the knowledge to support that child. Say a child is checking in down often, how can they provide support or have a conversation with their parent to say, hey, maybe we need to provide a little more support or have a conversation about what's happening. We truly believe that this will help teachers and families and students to have a more honest conversation about these emotions and be able to actively manage them. On top of that, in terms of being in education, you need to have research, and so we've done a lot of that to show the impact of our program. And best of all, students love our program. So students actually write to our characters. I love actually writing back. And we've won a number of awards. The last thing I'll show you is the actual classroom experience. I love as an entrepreneur going into the classroom and seeing the impact of our program and how engaged students are. And so it's been a very gratifying experience, but as Kanta had mentioned, it's a challenge scaling a company and growing a company, and definitely coming into those classrooms and meeting students has been one of the most kind of rewarding parts of the journey so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On this topic, I'm going to ask you a question, and then we will have questions from our listeners. What commonly adopted strategies the women should remember when they are having the business started, new business? What strategies you will?
A couple of strategies I think that were really helpful early on for me was, one, having the support of my family and my community around me. I think, as an entrepreneur, I came from corporate, and, taking the risk and, missing out on a paycheck seemed really daunting, but I was really fortunate to have, my parents as entrepreneurs, a lot of family friends and folks who, really believed in me and, gave me that extra push to say, go for it, do it, we'll provide you support, we'll give you that encouragement. And I think surrounding yourself with that community is often something that, you take for granted, but it was helpful throughout that journey to have. The other big piece that I think was crucial was having a sense of balance. And I think, early on, you think that you have to work all the time, and you kind of do, but at the same time, you need to make sure you have that balance with your, eating well, with taking care of your health, because at the end of the day, that's going to help you show up better, for your sales meetings, for be able to bring on new clients, to be able to execute on your vision. And so that was definitely important as well. So those are two things that I'll mention.
Thank you very much, and I agree with her, because I think Jennifer, who was here, and the other speakers also said it, resourceful. You must be well connected when you're having this one, because when there is some time you're feeling low, going to fall, but somebody's there to hold you. Resources and the financially, those factors keep in that. I won't take too long. Now I'm going to go to Balbir Sohi. Smiles on Wheels. Well, Beat, it's all yours now.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Balbir Sohi, and I'm a CEO of Smiles on Wheels. I'm a dental hygienist by profession, and Smiles on Wheels is a very innovative way of meeting oral care needs. So it's a truck which is converted into a dental hygiene office that comes to your home. We park in your driveway, you come inside the truck, because a lot of times people ask, do you take the stuff to the people in their home? No, so the people come inside the truck. It's fully equipped, and I'm proud to say that I'm the first one in North America to start this. I was on Dragon's Den a couple of years back. It's really going good. And so as a dental professional, I started working in 2002. I was hearing a lot from people that there are people who are homebound, seniors, people in the hospitals. Unfortunately, in Canada, none of the hospitals provide preventative dental care. And we are not focusing on the prevention of oral disease. A lot of the community members who are immigrant, they did not have this growing up, and there's a whole lot of education piece that was required. So I felt that I need to stand up for the education. I believe in proactive approach in anything that I do in my life. So I started educating people. I started workshops, oral health workshops. I really used to, I still do sometimes, walk into the parks where I see some seniors sitting and playing cards, or even in where the kids are playing in socioeconomic status. I check that area, and where the index is low, I take a lot of toothbrushes, toothpaste with me. I go there, ask the mothers, like, are they brushing at night? What is their preventative care at home that you are following? And when I was doing that, I felt that, there is even a bigger need to that. So I started providing the dental hygiene care inside the people's home before I started the Smiles on Wheels. We used to call it Great Smiles. And that's where there was a lot of other hurdles in the way that people were reluctant to have a third person coming into their home. And for me as a female, that was another question for my family as a security. I was a national best athlete in India, so I was, okay, that's fine, I'll deal with it, but obviously your family is much more scared so many times than you are for so many things that you want to do in your life. So that's where the idea came in, that how about converting a truck into a dental hygiene office. I believe in giving back to the community, and that's where my passion is. And this is where you start your business for two reasons. One, just for the profit to be rich. One, for serving others. So my belief is in giving back to the community, and I think you become even more rich when you have that. And that's where you gain the inner strength to overcome any hurdle in your life. So when you're helping people achieve their goals, when you're helping people without thinking what you are getting in return, that's where you become fearless and you become more confident in your life. I often go to India, go to the slum areas, go to the government-funded schools, and I have almost approached so far 40,000 children in the villages where we have given free dental workshops, motivational workshops for the girls, and I found so far 17 girls and 2 boys. We send them for higher education, and they are living a respectable lives now instead of working as servants in someone's house. And from my giving back, the education piece, I started the TV show where I was talking about the myths in the healthcare industry and the relationships that we are lacking these days. We are really close, feel connected through the social media, but how lonely we are and how lonely our children are. So I started an education part on that, and that's where another piece of our journey, I became a school trustee because I thought there is a lot of need. And again, being on Dragon's Den, got a really good offer, in the middle of franchising my business internationally, but I felt that I can make a bigger impact on people's life by saving these youth, by saving these families. So I put everything on hold, and now I'm helping families in the schools, helping the youth, putting a lot of workshops around mental health, and connecting the families to the real things that are most valuable in our lives. Won many awards. I was the first one in Canada, a first Asian to win Award of Merit, represented Canada internationally for international dental hygiene global conferences, was a top 75 Canadian immigrants. A lot of entrepreneurship mentorship programs that I led. I was a designated mentor for the engineering faculty of engineering at McMaster University for people who are already done MBA or engineers and thinking of a new idea and how to execute that idea, starting from a business plan to the real execution of that. So helping as a business mentor, I had the privilege to do that. So a lot of things that I have done in my life and still doing it. But the one thing I say, if you really want to do something, there is nothing in this world that can stop you, and there is no limit. Doesn't matter you are a minority, you are a female, you have hurdles, you don't have anything in your pocket, you can still do it. So you dream it and work to achieve it. Sometimes we dream big things, but we don't put ourselves 200% into it. If you have a strong will and determination to achieve that thing, you work for that and you will. Be a trailblazer. Don't follow others. Don't go on the path that is already being created. Very beautifully said by our moderator that be a trailblazer, and that's where you leave the legacy behind. Thank you for having me today.
You explained that your passion, but same time giving back to the community. We do achieve lot many times. We build empires and big businesses, but you must remember where your roots are and if you can give back to the community. And on this one, even if not on these notes, but I have a good question for you. This mobile hygiene, what about the seniors and what about those people who have not much money to pay for it? How does you help them? I think many of the people will like to have this question about seniors who are on limited pay income. How do you help them with their hygiene if they call you or contact you?
Sure. So I'm a dental hygienist. So my scope of practice is doing the examination, initial teeth cleaning, checkup, fluoride, teeth whitening, and all that. And for the seniors, it's really important that they invest in twice a year for their teeth cleaning, because if you remember, you will probably have one or two people in your life towards the end in the palliative care where we hear that they have some water in their lungs. There was a pneumonia or infection. And the fascinating part is that every infection that happens in your body needs the bacteria. And in the seniors, when the immunity is low, it's always from your oral, from your mouth. And when you are breathing, you're taking those bacteria into your lungs, and that's where now you're spending a lot of money. The hospitals are spending a lot of money having a senior inside for probably more than $1,100 per day. So the good news for Ontario is that now the government has announced the free dental care for the seniors who cannot afford. So before that, I was under my nonprofit, My Dream Smile. I was giving really good deals to the seniors. And a lot of times when I have been called by a family to do their teeth cleaning, I always ask them, can I have a look at, if you have any senior in your household, can I have a look at their teeth? If not, sometimes the seniors are reluctant and they say that don't touch my teeth. So at least you can start that conversation, how important it is to really brush and floss or take the regular 10 minutes from your daily routine to put more emphasis, or sometimes they don't even know how important it is. They have a senior at home on bed, they don't know how important it is for a personal care worker or someone, whoever is taking care, to brush their teeth, to have, make them free of all those infections. So I was treating the seniors under the nonprofit, giving them a really good discounts. And that's now, I think, moving forward, the Ontario will have a better plan for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I think it's delicious and good food topic has come up. We have a Lisa Sonpal, and we request now, Lisa, you can start your presentation.
Thank you. We'll just kick off with the video. So welcome to the world of Nom Noms. So I'm Lisa Sonpal, founder, food lover, and CEO of Nom Noms World Food. Now my story began 5 years ago when I was working as an international director in the field of neuromodulation in medical devices industry. I was responsible for 47 countries around the world. So I was traveling, having amazing food and flavors from around the world. Married to an anesthesiologist, together we were very busy professionals. Then we had this crazy idea that we should have kids, and so we did. We had 3 in 3 years, and life completely changed. So we wanted our kids to grow up having healthy, nutritious food and to have a diverse palate from a young age. So I was the traditional mom, cooking curries from scratch, all the masala, doing it all, and chopping and cooking and cleaning, and then having to catch a flight the next morning because I had an early flight to catch. So that was one day when I put both my hands up in the air and I said, what is everyone else doing? How is everyone managing to eat healthy themselves and also cater for young kids? And so we researched the market, we went out there, we asked other parents what they were doing, and we found that 80% of the parents surveyed felt guilty about not feeding themselves healthier food or having the time to cook healthier food for their family. So when we went out into the marketplace, into the supermarkets, and we found that it was completely saturated. The food on the shelves was saturated in high fats, high salt, high sugar, loaded with preservatives and additives. No wonder we have an obesity crisis out there. But there wasn't also any brand that really inspired the next generation of savvy consumers to eating healthy food and what that actually means to them when they grow up eating healthier food. Why are we resorting to shortcuts like pizza, nuggets, and fast food? Because it's not because we don't want to feed our family, it's because we don't have time. Now, we all love a curry, right? We all like spices, and a lot of parents don't know how to cook or grade spices. So that was a challenge, and there was a gap in the market. So we went on a mission to disrupt the category and create a brand that can one day engender trust. So you don't have to look at the back of the pack whenever you see a product under Nom Noms, that you know it's made of healthy, natural ingredients, no preservatives or additives, and boosted with fruit and vegetables to give it high health credentials. Now, coming from medical backgrounds, having a healthy, good quality product is the DNA of the brand. So, trying to make a healthy curry with no added sugar and low salt. Have you ever tried? It was incredibly challenging. I mean, I even tried to get my own fish curry out there on the shelf, and when we had the taste testers, as you all know, when you cook a curry from scratch, it always tastes better 2 days after because it's had time for the spices and the ingredients to blend and come together. But to create a commercial product that is going to taste as good from day one to whatever day 5, day 6, as a fresh item, was incredibly challenging. So we cooked like at least 30 to 40 different dishes, and it's not just Indian food. Nom Noms takes your taste buds to 15 exotic destinations around the world in a very healthy, nutritious way. So it's purely for taste buds that love to travel. The little ones, the older ones, and all of you in the middle. So we created curries, Indian authentic food, but made healthy. And we wanted to bring exotic world flavors to the masses. And what we had to do first was to really prove that there was a market out there, that someone's going to buy the product and love the product. So when we started, I just couldn't keep the product on the shelf. Every time we launched, we just kept selling out of stock. And I was winning so many awards. We've won 35 industry awards so far, and that's based on innovation in packaging. Thank you. Thank you. Packaging, design, concept, and entrepreneurship. And as you noticed, the packaging is in such a way that we're presenting a thali. I mean, us Indians never eat one dish for dinner, right? So we really wanted to create authenticity in the home. And so we've embraced technology as well. So not only do we take your palates to the country of origin of the food, we virtually take you there as well. So when you open up an Indian butter chicken, for example, the elephants will come out of the pack. You can collect tokens and then enter the world of Nom Noms, where you can exchange those tokens for immersive, cultural, educational, and charity experiences. So for every meal purchase, we feed a hungry child in India with our partnership with the Akshay Patra Foundation. And to date, we've served over 600,000 meals already to keep these kids off the street. Thank you. Thank you. And that's really, to keep these kids off the street and in school to gain an education. And I've got goosebumps now just remembering the impact that we are making in the lives of these kids. More girls are enrolling in the schools. We've got like a plaque outside to say thank you to Nom Noms for providing our midday meal. And some of these kids are walking 20 kilometers a day to go to school because they know they're going to get a meal. And what we wanted to do as a brand was really bring that to the next generation so they can really value not only what they're putting in their body, but they're also being able to help another child. So we've integrated blockchain technology through the packaging, because right now you just have to trust what we say on our pack. One for you is one for them, is what we're doing. But with blockchain technology, when you enter the world of Nom Noms and you collect your tokens, you have that choice to make of how many meals you want to donate to these kids, and you get a nice personal report of how many kids you've fed that day. So we're innovating in technology, in the categories that we're entering, in the food to go and prepared meals and we started in the UK, and now It's just unbelievable. I'm moving my headquarters over to Toronto in Canada. We have excellent support system with EDC and BDC supporting us. And we're now going to go into 3,700 stores in Canada in the next 2 months. Loblaws, Sobeys, Metro, Costco. And then in the US, we'll be in 10,300 stores by December this year. Thank you. We're also across the UK. We're already flying on British Airways from UK to India route on business class. And I had to say to the buyer, I need people to take selfies with my product in economy, not business. So we're now going to be going into the economy as well and opening up more routes. And I'm doing a deal with a Canadian airline now. Hopefully we get this one. I'll find out this week. And across Europe. But the best thing is that we got a listing with 7-Eleven in Japan for 23,000 stores, and in South Korea for 10,000 stores, and they want products made in Canada. So it's just going to be an amazing export opportunity for us here, working with Canadian manufacturers. Thank you. Canadian manufacturers, Canadian supply chain, partnering with the local infrastructure and support system to really help me go global from day one. So thank you very much.
Bravo, bravo. We really need an applaud for that, because the main thing, if you didn't miss it, a housewife surrounded by small children and didn't know what to do, how to do, but just had a dream. But dream didn't stay as dream. She really did all her numbers together, what she wants to do, how to do it, and then thank you very much, BDC, and all those people you went. And that's a very good, important message, I think, for everybody. Whatever kind of thing might come to your mind, any idea, there's no idea is small, but how you give a shape to that idea. And then resources are there. Jennifer explained, banks are there, other financial institutions are there, organizations are there. They are ready to hold your hand, give you the support. Before I summarize, I want to give time to my people sitting here. Please come up with questions for all my 3 panelists. Any question you want to ask them, please come and stand on this side and ask your question. Please come, this one is ready. Come over here. And please address that, whom do you want the question? You can come over there, this one.
So, well, a very inspiring panel, thank you. It was really very, very motivational, what you're saying. My question is for the CEO of Nom Nom Foods. Number 1, how did you deal with the preservatives problem? And 2, very curious to know about that photo of yours with Richard Branson. When was that, and when did you meet him, and how did it all happen?
Yeah, sure, thank you. Good questions. So, so we're entering the fresh food space in the perimeter of the store, and as you know, in North America, it's pretty much a frozen market. But in Europe and the UK, it's a really sophisticated chilled supply chain. And so we're able to, so what happens is, how do we get the extra days that you would get, that you wouldn't get when you cook at home? It's because when you cook the food and we seal the tray, we create a hermetic seal, and so there's no air that enters the food. So, so we get at least 10 days on a curry because of that seal. And that's how we could do that. There's other processes as well, but I really want to create a brand that has got no processing, home cooked style, authentic. And so we're trying to keep that at bay and try to go this way. But in North America, the first challenge, and so many times throughout my journey of 5 years ago, it's been, no, you can't do that, it's not going to work, no one's going to pay for it. It's like, we didn't know we needed an iPhone in our hand until it landed in the palm of our hands, right? So it's like, just because you've been doing this for so many years doesn't mean I can't do this my way, you know. I'm looking to the future. I'm looking at where we need to be, where we're going to head towards, what the market is demanding, healthier, convenient, natural options available. And fighting those battles behind the scenes has been challenging. But, you know, now I've done it. I've even had Nestle. Yeah, the Nestle contacted me because they wanted to license a brand to supply in the US. And I remember they called in a big meeting. They had like 15, 20 people, product development, R&D, sales, marketing, production. And then there's me, you know, answering all these questions. And then one of the senior guys said to me that, Lisa, we are Nestle, and we've been trying to crack this fresh space in North America for 8 years. What makes you think you can do it? And I said, well, same question like you just asked, right? So I said, well, Mr. Nestle, I'm going to prove to you that I will do it. And that's when I put that phone down, I got that fire in the belly, and I said, that's it. I'm going to do this. And
Did it. Thank you.
the Richard Branson, yeah, so I was contacted by Virgin to be a ambassador, a startup ambassador in the UK. And so I had the pleasure of meeting Richard Branson, and at that time we were called Mini Nom Noms, because we started off as for kids only, and then grown-ups started saying, oh, we want healthy international food too. So then Mega Nom Noms was born. But Richard Branson, I asked him one question, what do you think of the name Nom Noms? And he said, that is the best name I've ever heard, because you want it to be memorable and you want it to, you know, to say something. Does anyone know what nom noms means? It's a sound that one makes when eating delicious food in any language. Nom 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 nom. So yeah, so that was my first encounter with Richard.
Thank you. Thank you so much. One more question.
Hello, ladies. My name is Chetna Desai, and thank you for inspiring us by sharing your story. If you look back at your journey when you started, what is one thing that you can share with us as a new inspiring entrepreneur that wish you knew that you can share with us today when you started your journey? When you, I guess anyone, because all of you were at that point when you were new at starting your business. So what is one thing you wish you knew then that you know today that you did not know at that time? Something that you can share. You know, we have lots of questions as a new entrepreneurs, and we don't have all the information. And sometimes it can be very small or simple thing that now you look back and say, oh my God, I struggled for this small answer, but it was a simple answer. That is something that you can share with us.
Yeah.
Or
Hello?
maybe you can
Yeah.
cover same,
So-
Balbir, you can cover same time, what are the pitfalls you should watch on your journey?
Okay, yeah. So the one thing is, it's just the financial, I would say, really hard to arrange, specifically as a female. And I went to every financial institute because the dental hygiene is not on the list of the professionals. So taking a risk, financial risk. So I did not know that I will not be supported by any financial institute because it was a new idea. I did not know that I had to fight with Mercedes Sprinter for 1 year to get that truck. They were not giving me the truck and they're saying, are you crazy? This was never done. It's minus 35 outside. How would you be able to treat people inside? Like, how would you think? So those were the struggles. Those were the I wish I knew earlier that I can do it. When people were telling me no, I felt that I am going crazy thinking this. I should have believed in myself, in my vision day one, and not wasted that time that I wasted in going around and every night looking at the ceiling. I think I can do it. Why no one is believing in me? So stop looking for that yes answer from anyone around you. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. And that was my biggest pitfall, that I was looking for yes answers from other person in marketing or anything else.
Thank you.
And the second thing was, challenge for me was social media. I was not that much well versed with the social media. It was very new to me. The technology was new to me. And I wish I had hired someone day one when people were telling me, I don't think social media is going to work. You go on a TV, you go on a radio, you do the advertisement in the newspapers where one article cost you like $2,000 in the newspaper. I wish I knew that it's only the social media and you learn it or you hire someone professional. Sometimes we try to save money and we think, oh, I'm gonna tell my friend to do it or I will learn it. No, hire a professional for your weaknesses and you just work on your strength and move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, that's perfect. Thank you.
Any other question? Otherwise, I'm going to summarize with any other message you want to give before I close. One more question. Okay.
I just wanted to ask you ladies, because I know funding is a big part of starting your business. Was there, aside from like EDC, PTC, and some of the government programs, was there any other places that you were able to find funding resources at all to be able to start your business and continue on, whether it be with advertising, marketing, product development, professional fees, things like that? Thank you.
I found that when I first started, there were a number of different hiring programs that you can get from the government. I'm happy to share actually a blog article that reviews a bunch of funding streams that were grant funding, so it didn't require giving up equity in your company. Depending on the type of business you are, so if you're more tech-oriented, there's definitely funding within the innovation sectors to provide to new tech companies. Or there is traditional, like more loans from organizations like Futurepreneur or BDC. I'm happy to share more of those resources, but part of it was being resourceful and asking. Often one of the common questions I would ask another entrepreneur is, how are you funding your company? And I'd learned 3 new funding sources, and so I've compiled a big list, but you often had to kind of look around to see what was available. For example, last year I needed to develop some more product, and interns were a way that I could hire students, and like a qualified student. There was a grant for $7,000 to hire a female, engineer, and then there's a $3,000 tax credit from the government for hiring that. So $10,000 out of the $12,000 I ended up paying were covered. So that's a pretty, economical way to have someone help, give you support. But there's different ways of, evaluating and looking at different funding streams that you can look at, and I'm happy to share the resource with you.
Thank you. Any other question? I'm going to summarize with this one because we had such a successful, dynamite, inspiring women sitting beside me, but on my summary and with my own experience with television, 35 years, every time interviewing a new person, women especially, politicians, Bollywood, Hollywood, all kind of people, but you learn one thing definitely. Believe in yourself and stay focused, especially when we were listening to the whole day today conference. We did get to know that women are getting more importance. There are more opportunities are available, especially minority, diverse. We women have the chances. Fundings are available. And those days are gone that you keep on asking, as these girls were sharing their experience, knocking door with this and this and this person. Google is always available. Just press the button, look for your question, and you will get it. Where you can get your funding, where you can get more finances, what to do, what kind of risk can be there. Please, before you jump into anything, put your everything odds on your table, collect everything, and be ready to jump. You just don't jump into the water without having your swimsuit or some guards with you. Be ready for that. Check your family boundaries also, how much strength your support you're getting from the family, or you're getting support from the outsider, or from the internet, from the banks, and those things. Women are power. And no dream is small dream. Believe in yourself. Look at us, especially my age people. We came 30, 50 years back when there was no food available, no Indian food, no masala, nothing. And the first thing we said, let's make wave over here. Let's start teaching people over here what we are. This was a cold country, just salt and pepper country. There was nothing. And we people brought the color, we people brought the economy, we brought the ideas, we brought the education, more different styles, everything. Canada had everything. Only we had to blend in it, then show our strength, stand on your feet, try to become successful wherever you go. I went into small, every platform, but it was very gratifying. Everywhere I'm recognized. I made sure everywhere I wanted to keep my identity. I wore sari most of the time. Even if let people ask question what I'm with. Keep your identity, keep your belief, and be ready to face everything. Especially today we got so much strength for these successful women, and I would like to say thank you. And first of all, main thank you to the Canada India Foundation, Ramesh Chotai, Shireen is not here, Mayank, all these people inspired all of the people and put this thing together. Thank you very much, and we appreciate it.
Kantaji, Amy, Balbir, and Lisa, thank you all so much for your insightful discussion. We want to say thank you to all of you for being a part of the panel this afternoon by honoring you with a plaque. So can I please call on stage, and this might be a surprise to you if I call your name, but Christine Khalsa, Neetu Shastri, Harsha Shah, and Krishna Chotai.
And contact them if you have any questions. Thank you.
We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. My zone. 'Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide.
And we have 3 more people we'd like to honor and say thank you to this afternoon. Oh, okay, and before we do that, we're gonna just invite all the ladies that were a part of this last panel, and maybe some of the presenters as well, to come back and take a quick photo.
I just